Hello, everyone, and welcome to Craft and Chat with Miss Craft Princess. I am your hostess, Miss Craft Princess, and I thank you so much for spending some time with me today. I am the proud owner of Miss Craft Princess Designs. I'm a handcrafted stationery and custom gift designer. I specialize in beautiful handcrafted greeting cards for all occasions and just a ton of different gift items. I have a couple of laser machines, and so we um, engrave cutting boards, coasters, glasses, working on tumblers. So stay tuned. You can see a lot of the pretty things that I make at MsCraftPrincessDesigns.com. And you can also scan the QR code that is on your screen, and that will take you there. If you're not following me, I'd appreciate if you give me a follow. You can find me on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok at Miss Craft Princess. I am streaming live tonight on my Facebook pages, my Miss Craft Princess Designs page, as well as my business personal page. So, hello to everyone out there. Also, I'm streaming live on the Creative Spirit Channel.lightcast.com. And if you're a crafter and you are interested in streaming on that station, DM me and I will give you some information. So I want to say hello to everybody there. I'm on their TV channel. I am also on their YouTube channel. So, Craft and Chat, what's it all about? We are resetting our minds for the week ahead. I'm here every Sunday at 7 p.m. Central Time, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, because this is about the time of evening where the weekend's almost over and it is very apparent. And so we just need a reset, especially if the next week is going to be like really full, really stressful. So that's what we're doing. I was in here just kind of playing around and just got the wild hair to create Craft and Chat and invite y'all into my space. And I thank you so much for coming in. So, what Craft and Chat is about is if you're watching on Facebook, you can send me a message. You can just in the comments, and I can see the Facebook comments when I look. Hi, Karen from Arizona. Thanks so much for joining. If you're on YouTube, then you'll just comment like you normally do on a video. And after this broadcast, I'll go out there and look at the comments and I will respond. And if you're watching on the Creative Spirit channel.lightcast.com, you can go to my website and you can complete the contact form and they'll send me an email and I respond to everyone. So this is called Florals for the Win. And I'm just in a floral state of mind. I mean, it's spring. My yard is, it's in bloom. Everything's pretty. So I had this really cute card. This was in the box. We're in May. This was in the May box that just went out to all of my subscribers and my monthly subscription box subscribers. And I just had to share it with y'all. It's so cute. So I'm going to remove my face and we'll see what's in the goodie box. Okay. Excuse me there. So I'm going to move this up just a little bit more. Okay. So that it's not right on you. I have a ton of stuff in the goodie box tonight. I have these and y'all know I don't usually do bling or anything, but I have these very, very old um little pearl dots. See, they were 99 cents 100 years ago. By Spellbounders, and I got them from Want to Scrap in their booth at a Stamp and Scrapbook Expo in Duluth, Georgia, and that was a very long time ago. But we're going to use those tonight. Have some scrap paper because we always, but this is cardstock. Tonight, my card base is going to be craft, and that's different for me. And it's also going to open like this, which is different for me. I usually have a white card base. Then I have this white card front. So it is going to fit on there like that. And I just didn't want to do white on white tonight. I have some yellow and some purple. And I was trying to figure out what colors I wanted to use for my flowers. And these are my brand colors. I think they're pretty, so I went for it. We're going to use VersaFine Clair purple ink, and this is called Fantasia. This is a little punch, and it's a flower. And that's the flower we're going to be punching tonight. Little flowers. This stamp set here is it's a stamp set and dies, and I think there are a couple of embossing folders, but this is from, who is this from? Diamond, let's see. But I've had it a long, Diamond Press. It's from Diamond Press. And I've had it a long time. And so I decided to pull it out. I'm still working in my stash. We have this little ruler here that I'm going to need to make sure that everything is straight. And we are using this old Cuttlebug, Cricut Cuttlebug spots and dots embossing folder. I like that. I really like that pattern. I really do. So that's what's in our box. That's it. So let us get started. And we're going to start off by stamping. So let me get this stuff out of the way. And the stamp that we are going to use, this is the Get Well card that was in that box. Get well soon. So, I don't know if people still do this, but you go to the hospital and people would bring a plant. But there are a lot of places, and there's some countries that don't permit plants. I guess because you could bring in spores or something. I don't know. But anyway, if you're sick, you don't want to have to worry about taking care of a plant when you get out. When you get out of the hospital, you want to convalesce. So I love putting flowers on my Get Well cards. I say it's the way to give somebody a flower without them having to take care of it. They don't have to water them, and they will not die. They won't wilt or die. So we are going to take this ink pad and tap, tap, tap. So I hope that everybody is had a wonderful week last week, and they had a good weekend. We did. Today we visited with some friends at their church and attended the baby dedication. Some friends of ours' son got married, and they have a beautiful little baby boy. He's 4 months old, and he is just adorable. Okay, I don't have to stamp that twice. I'm really proud, really pleased with how that turned out. He's just the cutest little baby, let me tell y'all. So we did that today. Okay, so we've got that. That is my stamping. This right here, so I need my paper trimmer. I'm going to move this piece out of the way so it doesn't get hurt. Okay, so we need to cut some squares, and we're going to cut 1-inch squares, okay? So that's what this piece of paper is for. So it was just a wonderful fellowship. Which a local, well, I say local, it was in Montgomery. We're in Prattville. That we'd never been to before. But everybody was really nice, and we enjoyed the service. So, get that out of the way. So that's 2. And 1 inch. So that's 3, and we're doing 9 of them. 4. And if you're a crafter, you have scrap white paper I have bins of it just kind of laying around collecting, but I want to make paper. And you say, why? My husband said, why? You got all this paper in there. But it's something about handmade paper and I want to make it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I am saving, well, I have a bin full of scraps, not just white, but colors too. And I'm going to practice making paper. And when I get 7, almost good at it, I'm going to go live and we're going to make paper together. 8. If you're out there, have you ever made your own paper? I don't know. I haven't, but I've just been intrigued. I've been watching videos. So I appreciate it if you give this video a heart and tell your friends about me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. That's my 9 1-inch squares. I think that's all the cutting I need to do. And what we're going to do, let me move this out of the way. This is a really, it's a pretty card, but it's not too involved. Let me bring that up just a little. Okay. And so the embossing folder. So I could have just used these little white squares just like they are. Just plain, but you know me. If you've been with me any amount of time, you know I don't really like plain. I want to zhuzh it up a little bit. 3. So we're going to emboss these little squares and give them just some little extra. You know, people say, you're so extra. I go, mm-hmm. I am. You make that sound like a bad thing. It is not. And close that in. And they probably moved a little bit, but that's okay. I didn't tape anything down. I didn't need to. I'm just putting a little, turn this so it doesn't hit my computer. Okay. Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. Let me get this out of the way and I will show you. Get these little pieces out of the way. Okay. Ta-da! Can you see that? Look at that. Let me see if I can pull one out. Look at that. It is just so pretty. I don't know if you can see it. I'm trying to turn it so that the light. I don't know if you can see it, but the texture. That's pretty. I mean, get these off of here, and what I'll do is take the camera down to them. How about that? So you can see it. So that's what we got there. I'll bring the camera down a little bit. Look at that. You see that? There you go. I can see it. I know you can see it now, the texture in that paper. That's just so cute. Just gives those little squares something extra. Hi, Retta. How you doing? So now we're just doing a really cute, simple card tonight. Now we're going to take this little punch, and I need 4 yellow ones. 2, 3, 4. Little flowers going everywhere. That's all I need for the yellow. And I need 5 purples. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. See if I can find all my flowers because they went up flying everywhere. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4 yellow ones and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 purple ones. Great. So far, so good. Okay. So now we are going to take these little pearls that so I wanted something on those cards and I just couldn't really figure out, on those flowers. So I'm going to go in. They have some sticky on them, but I just told y'all these flowers were very, very old. So we're not trusting that. What we're going to do is put some glue on it. Oops. Let's see. I have that. Okay. There we go. Okay, so here we go. My liquid glue. Y'all know how we are. Okay, we just put a little dot in the center. And we take that and we plop it down. Okay, and if anything oozes out, it will go in a little more. It will dry clear. That's what I love about this glue. Okay, so we're going to get another little one here. And it's sticking to my hand. But this quick pick stick is really good for picking them up. Let me just put a little dab of glue in the center. And there we go. So it has been very busy here in the studio. Graduation season. So I was really blessed to make quite a few graduation invitations and announcements and thank you cards for the graduates to send out. And everything got shipped and I tracked it and it arrived on time. So just congratulations to all the graduates out there, not just the ones that I was able to work with. Okay, that little one, that little rascal. Okay. It's hanging by a thread. There you go. Set right down in the center of it. Okay. Those are so cute. So cute. So, and then of course we had teachers and nurses. So did things for them. We had Mother's Day. This has been a very busy month. And I'm just grateful. I want to say hello to all my new followers. My husband and I were talking the other day. I remember when I started 6 years ago, and my prayer was, Lord, please give me 50 followers on my Facebook page. Now, I'd never been on Facebook. I'd never been on Instagram. I wasn't on social media. Just never had a reason to, I guess. I just didn't. And the other day, I got 1,100, and I was like, "What?" And he said, "You remember when you prayed for 50?" And I do. And I was so happy. When I got to 50, it was just such a blessing. And I just thank all of you who make up that 1100, because that just means that you're interested in what I'm doing. And I thank you so much. So get that one in the center. Yeah, we are getting there. We got 3 more. I just thought this added something. I usually use the stone drops, but I have all this stuff, and I'm still use what I have in my studio. Um, and so I had this stuff, and I was like, I need to use it. So I pulled it out. And I don't know that there's any rule that says you had to use it like all in one string and you couldn't separate them, but if it is, well, I'm breaking it, right? So I use them as I need them. So take that last one. And I'm being very careful because these are the scissors that almost took a finger on a previous craft and chat. They are very, very sharp. Okay, so all of those have those. Good deal. We survived. No fingers were lost. So now we're going to pick these up one by one, and we're going to glue them to these little squares that we cut and embossed. These little 1-inch squares. That one. We'll get them down on there. We have been getting a ton of rain, which we have needed. But I noticed that with it has gotten humid here. And it's just May. It was really, really sticky. We were out walking the pups before for Craft and Chat, and it was quite sticky. And with rain comes mosquitoes. And that's no fun. So, but everybody, no matter where you live, you have something, right? Yeah, we all have something to deal with. These mosquitoes, we're going to have to spray. Okay. And I'm putting them on the emboss side. It has a deboss side too, but I don't know if you can see that. Yeah. But I'm using the emboss side of that, and it's so cute. So I didn't know who was going to be hanging out on this holiday weekend, but we are rolling on because I need a reset. So we don't have much more to do to this card. I'm going to glue down two more of these flowers. I told y'all I send out, and the number fluctuates. For this month, I sent out 60 subscription boxes. So can you imagine doing this 60 times? But I just felt like it was worth it. Okay. So now what we're going to do is take this card front. Let me bring us up a little bit. Okay. There we go. And I'm going to use this ruler to make sure that I get everything straight so it's not wonky. And I line it up to the lines that's on my mat too. That's why I love this mat. Go up a little bit. And we're just going to lay them out. So, let's see. I'm going to go on that line. We got that. That. And that. Okay, so let's go ahead and glue those down. That flower got a little wonky, but that's okay. If I were sick, if I were in the hospital or I got out and I was recovering, I would love to get this card. I really would. Yeah. Okay. We come down a little. And I'm going to put down too much. So I got to have 3 rows. Put that in the center. And the yellow one there. And a yellow one there. And you could use the I could have used my ATG gun for this, but I chose not to. Oops, bump that. Get it lined back up with the grid lines. And so make sure that's with that. Just a cute grid. Blue. Put that one in the center. It kind of reminds me of like tic-tac-toe sort of thing. I don't know. But it's just what it kind of put me in the mind of. Tic-tac-toe. Because these flowers are a little wonky. The way I glued them onto the paper. The ones in the box weren't, but I wasn't racing the clock. You know why I'm always. So put that one there. As long as my squares are straight. See, it just kind of reminds me of tic-tac-toe, 3 in a row. Anyway. Head on. Again, I want to thank everybody who takes time to join me. Whether you're watching live, whether you're with me live or you're in the replay, I just thank you so much. I do not take that for granted. I go back and I read your comments. I get the sweetest DMs. I thank y'all so much. And I have had the question I get the most is, are you really just using your stash? Like, yeah, I am. I am not making it up. They're like, how do you have all that stuff? Okay, that's it. Look at that. It's like you'd be amazed with the right type of organization, you'd be amazed at how much stuff you can get in a room. My crafty friends can attest to that. And make sure it's opening right. Yep. Lay that down on there. And that's it. That's the card for the night. Florals for the win. Yeah. Let me bring my face back. Here I am. Look at that. Isn't that so cute? It wasn't super complicated. A smidge time consuming, just placing the flowers, but I think it is so worth it. That is our card for tonight. I want to say thank y'all so much for taking the time to join me. And again, for watching in the replay. I am Miss Craft Princess, owner of Miss Craft Princess Designs. Um, Karen says, yes, we can attest to having all that stuff and finding it. Absolutely. Thanks, Retta. She likes the card. Karen likes the card. Thank you so much. And I'm sure some others will too. So I will be back next Sunday at 7 p.m. Central Time, 8 p.m. Eastern Time for Craft and Chat with Miss Craft Princess. I pray that you will have a wonderful week. And until next time, remember, giving a handcrafted greeting card is like giving a hug. Be blessed. Bye.